fit, we can set. Once we limit our axis, then you see how it is coming and joining to the center. Okay. So you can able to customize your axis, limits x-axis as well as y-axis. Okay, so that is the third one. Fourth one is mechanical system. Last time we used to make our transfer function, and then now we are calculating amplitude ratio and phase angle. It's simply to say, now when the force is applying, the system going up and down, how many times is going? That we never calculated previous chapters. Because now you push the force, when you leave it or holding it, how is the frequency? It will come to rest, to a position. So that we can be calculated using this way, this signal. Of course, this signal not easy to interpret. If you draw separately like x and y axis, individual amplitude ratio and time, phase angle, maybe you can see it go on it. But trying to combine, it will be like this. Okay, so example 4 you can run. So your transfer function is 0.1 t square, 0.1 s plus 1. Yeah, so that is your transfer function. That's your plot. Okay. So right or right? Okay. Of course, it's very easy when you do MATLAB. But if you ask me to do using calculation, yes, it is takes at least 1 hour to fill it up, then mark all the point, then draw a line. You cannot 1 hour at least to make it. Which your assignment have it. Exam I need to think, maybe in my
like this manual.
manual calculation, not but definitely assignment have it. Okay, the next assignment is more towards topic 4 and topic 5. We are not going to touch topic 1 to 6. Okay, that's what you did in mid-semester assignment. The coming assignment we are doing, which is what we are learning now, topic 4 as well as topic 5. You are going to do this word plot, column plot, and get the graph from there. And
Same like the one what we did in assignment 1. Also 4 hours.
Kind of 4 hours. Oh, maybe that one is I can extend more because you need to do MATLAB. So at least I can. It's like a similar assignment. Like, there is a PDF file that you can download. Then you walk out and write it out, then scan. Okay, so okay. But the upcoming assignment split into 2. One is purely MATLAB, one is purely manual calculation. Okay, so that you can split off. Okay, so anyway, I'll give more exercise, more examples. So make you run these 9 exercise. That is good enough for you. It will cover everything. Whatever you are going to do it. Sure?
MATLAB
report, yes, right.
There are 2 assignments.
One is MATLAB report is especially MATLAB. Assignment manual based. Yes.
So need to draw the dots and
Dots.
connect.
Yes.
So can you use Excel to calculate?
Yes, you can use Excel. You don't need to be used manually to draw it. Even you set the formula, Excel sheet, you drag it, all the omega value to automatically calculate.
Then we can take
You
a
can
screenshot.
even you can use Excel to draw it actually. Excel also have a tool to draw it. So you don't need to draw manually. You can do Excel to draw it. Then
For our assignment also acceptable.
yeah, it is acceptable. Yeah, I do understand. Like you will get the same thing, it's just like time consuming. So you can use Excel. Because last year, few years I am okay with that. People do the Excel. It's okay. So easier for doing. Unless you do manual, even making the curve itself takes time. So unless you need a vector and ruler, then you can do 1 by 1, then join, then you can.
This guy will do.
Can
โอ้เรื่องไม่ก็
Okay, so what's the fifth one?
2D
อย่างเช่นอย่างเงี้ย
let's start
อีโม
2D
ยังเป็นเรื่องคอมเมดี้ใหม่
very well said
ปกติก็
Eric, you can do right.
อ่ะว่า
Manually, you can draw right.
every 1 hour enough
Yeah. No,
Huh?
30 minutes.
what
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 what you can say
What?
You know you can do.
they shut up
You can do.
Okay, so the fifth one is 8 is there because the 8 become 1 become like 0.125 and 125.75
yeah
and
yeah I know
it is
you
changed
can do 5
automatically.
minutes
When you work on it, then the Nyquist plot is there. Okay. So example 5 is what we see on here. Next is higher order. Higher order means it can be d cubed or even other things. Yes, so you can see 6 example t1, t2, t3. Like you have d cubes already. The formula is slightly different when you apply. Then you can get it similar fashion. Then run the exercise 6. Let me see. T1, T2, T3. What is the difference? 220. System 1. I don't know why I made 2 screens. Okay. One with the access control, one is doesn't have access control. Okay, but it does the same thing. Okay. The next, of course, now we keep doing Nyquist plot. What is the purpose of calling that Nyquist? Okay, Nyquist is trying to say whether the system is stable or unstable, or it is still underlying. So how they are determining? Okay, this is one other things you are going to having on your assignment. So they call it open loop transfer function under Nyquist category. So it is simple gain and feedback. Okay, the formula is similar over here. Okay, open loop I mean like feedback formula. Open loop means gain and so-called feedback characteristic equation. And closed loop is, as we know, like D in H to calculate. As long as you get the values, substitute this again, and that's a feedback multiply based on open loop transfer function. Then you can get your open loop transfer function gain. Okay, that's a formula for it to calculate. You might get something similar. So the formula is over here. The calculation, for example, what you can show here. It's just like mere multiplication, gain, and the feedback. And this is, we already know it, so you can substitute to solve it. And the gain is 1 plus GH formula. So what is the Nyquist creation? And when you plot a curve, what is the purpose of it? To say whether the system is stable, unstable, or marginally stable. Okay, in another way, the signal is good or not. Okay, our signal get disruption, or signal have some ununiformity. How they determine based on the graph. Okay, so when it is very simple to say does not encircle, the curve does not encircle -1 value. Okay, then it is considered stable. So far we saw a lot of graphs. You see there's a red mark over there. The red mark, I don't know whether you can see.
can see
Okay.
okay.
The red mark is indicate -1. Okay. By the software itself, the red color point is nothing but -1. If this curve is not covering and coming to the 0, then the system is stable. Okay. If now this curve is coming over here, it is -1, it is closing to the 0 without even touching the -1 value. So it means like this is stable. Okay. It says that system is stable whereas it does not encircle the -1. Whenever you say unstable, of course it will be covering the minus 1. So later exercise will be telling you whether it's encircling or not. Okay. So this is the most important we need to see. If it's just on the line of minus 1, it's called marginally stable. Okay. Let me put it the seventh one. Okay, so seventh one is similar, but even is the function is like this, and you can find overall transfer functions. Then we can get the curvature. Seventh one I draw. Maybe if you look this transfer function, the graph even not semicircle. Let me run. You see, the graph is not even a circle. It is a thing. It can be any shape. It doesn't need to be always like semicircle. If the system is stable, yes, you get semicircle or some other circles will be there. This is totally out. Again, the transfer function cannot able to do things. Okay, so that's why even the graph can be this way based on the transfer function, or you have like multiple. Okay, this is what it's trying to say. This is a minus 1. When the curve coming in, as long as encircle the minus 1 means the system is unstable. Okay, the curve is crossing it, and the minus 1 is here, then it is called unstable. And this one, minus 1 is here, the curve is coming over inside, so it is stable. Okay, that's the difference between this is stable and this is unstable. So just now we saw plots is purely based on the transfer function. Some of the common polar plot, it is what you can say like semicircle, or it can be a straight line, just now what we see, or it can be this shape. Mostly it's a second order system, out this way. Okay, or it can be this way, or it can be not even touching the fourth quadrant, start like that and end up. Okay, it purely depends on the transfer function. Okay, here the 8th one, which is this is a typical question on your assignment. Sketch the polar plot using Nyquist equation to investigate the stability of the system. Okay, whose open loop transfer function is given over here. There's a 3 question is given on the 8th, and so first one, of course, based on the transfer function, you can make amplitude ratio and phase angle. Then you can fill up the tabular column. Then you can make a graph on it. So I did using MATLAB. Okay, so 8A over here. I think it covers everything. I think I put it in one part. So there's a 8A, 8B, 8C. I think this is the second one. No need. I think. So I just will run it. I try to run differently. Let's go through one by one. Okay, first one over here. Transfer function 0.1, 0.1 square, 1.01 and 1. Okay. So the first 1, 2, 3 function, and the plot is okay, the plot is come at to the end, it's like this, and the second is like that, and third is like that. Of course, we can limit the axis, then you can able to see the things. So you can see nice curve on it. So based on the similar transfer function Nyquist, then we can be able to make a transfer function and make a plot on this. So here again same thing, the red color dot is -1. So the curve, whatever shape, it is just not crossing, not encircling the red color. So the system is stable. Okay. Then third one, similar things. So it's the -1 is here. We can say like 0, -0.2. You can able to limit so that you can see very clearly where the -1 is there. So obviously somewhere here, So it is the system stable. Okay. So now the next one, this is a typical question. They given like 2 gains and feedback. Write down the expression for amplitude ratio. Writing the
ชี้ผม
formula,
ขึ้นอย่างนี้ได้ไหม
you get a marks. Okay. So it is not to calculate. Just based on, let me put it this way. This is your transfer function. This is your amplitude ratio formula, and this is a phase angle formula. So if you look on typical question, writing the expression for the amplitude ratio, you got marks. Like 4 marks will be there.
So we
Okay.
have to get transfer function and come back to this.
Yes, the last one it will come
Oh,
over.
shit.
So if this is a phase angle, another 4 marks. Just writing the formula, substitute and everything. Then make the manually polar plot. You can use Excel to draw it because you have amplitude ratio formula and phase angle formula. Put the omega value, then you just drag it, so you will get all the values.
ผมพูดเอง
Okay, then you can make a plot on it using Excel. Yes.
Yes.
For this case, they given the k value as 10. You can substitute as a constant, then you can calculate. Then you can draw it, you get another 4 marks. Then use MATLAB using Nyquist plot. Just now what we did is all the same 4-line command. You can able to get the plot directly. Okay, and that is the last one. And just writing whether it's n circle or not n circle, you got 4 marks. But of course, without graph, you cannot say on it. But the 5th one is the most easiest part. Say that the system is stable or not. And okay, not only that, it also say what is the k value. Now, just now they given 10. Okay, if I increase the k value like 20 or 30 or 100, and which k value, then it's going to be n circle. Okay, so you can iterate, you can change the value, then you can do it. I already done this one. Let me put it. This is your transfer function because you need to multiply because gain and feedback, so you get your things over here. That is your transfer function. So based on that, you get an amplitude ratio, and based on that, you can have a phi angle. Then put the tabular column and get the graph. And -1 is somewhere here, so obviously it is not n circle. The system is stable. For k equal to 10, when k equal to 10 is this is a curve and it's not encircling, system is stable. Now, yeah, you can have a closer look. K equal to 10 and it is forming the encircle. I try to put, because I also don't know what is the number, it is going to be encircle. Okay, basically I can increase the k value until to see when it is encircled. Okay, so that's why you can see multiple color of the curve. You can plot in one itself, but you can do separately also. It doesn't need to be do one actually. Okay, so k is system 1. I mean, you can see roughly. I see over here almost 60 above. You can see some closer range is coming. So I will delete it. Then I try to make it 61, 60, 61, 62. These 3 curve only. Okay, then I'm trying to find over there, and I zoom and to see how it's encircling. The orange color, which is the one, is encircling. Okay, so simply to say over here, now you can see that is a -1, and the blue color is nothing but system 1 is nothing but 60. Okay, 60 is not encircling. Okay, the system is stable because the blue is like coming below.
ครับขึ้นมา
Then 61 red
เพิ่ม
color.
มาแล้วก็พวกอื่น
So it is even you zoom it, it is still lower, marginally and stable. 62 is orange color where it is crossing. So when the k value, gain value is increasing, then the signal is getting unstable. Okay, that is how it works. It's very simple to say signal getting weak or disrupted. It's very simple to say the internet speed. Now we say 10 gigabytes per second, right? Are you getting that?
No.
How much you get? If you get 1000, it's not very good already. Because 10,000 megabyte per second, but 10% also you won't get it as in Wi-Fi. If you want that speed, of course you can connect LAN cable, Ethernet cable, connected wires. Yes, possibly you can get more. Okay, Wi-Fi 110, 10% you get it. So yeah, last time 1 gigabyte per second, 10%. Okay, you get 100 megabyte per second. Now at least you increase more, at least you can get better than the current one. Okay, that is how we can say. That's why most of the big machines, they will always have a wired, interconnected, in Ethernet connected wires. They cannot move on it because they are not allowed to have disrupted data, okay, signals. Okay, so that is the ninth one, and that is a example code for 9. Let me run. I don't know whether I put it everything or not. Don't have it. I put it separately. I mean, even though the slides is all together, but over here it is separate. 62. If you are not sure about it, so obviously you can make it a bigger window, zoom it, or you can control the axis. That also can see.
你黄牛你就不行了。真的，因为哎，当年呢，
Okay, great. Let me.
亏我了，是我还的。周家没你啊，跟ไม่反正有点没一定方就是你。
Okay, so you can see -1 is the red color, but I will zoom again. Now you can see. Basically, it is the curve coming and encircling D. And this one. Okay, so you can see the -1 is here, and this curve is going and encircling. Okay, as long as encircle, the system is unstable. So that's how it works, and that is about our polar plot. So any question on polar plot? So it is iteration, and you can able to work on it. Okay, so any questions at this moment?
The one we need to type one by one, or can
You mean the comment?
yeah.
Yes, you need to type.
No, I mean like one by one we can.
Yeah, you one by one.
shot we can do it 3 types.
Oh, basically, if you the command is very simple. Let me see. Yeah. So Nyquist, if you say system 1, system 2, system 3, then it will plot as a 1 actually. But if you say usually Nyquist 1 only, so 1 curve only you will get it. Okay, but of course if you already calculated, so I think we can do it here. Okay. Now if you run, you can see that particular third plot how 3 curves are it is. Yeah. So it can be based on what is your K value, then you can get the big size and small size. Okay, so I think that one I can make it 60, then can see. Yeah, you can see the similar things. Then you can zoom, you can get something like that. Okay, so that is a polar plot. The last part of today is board plot. It's something similar, but the command is board. Instead of Nyquist, calls board. Okay, so it's the same thing as we know about thing is a polar plot, or it can be draw board diagram. So board diagram is not like polar plot. So it is 2 different plots. Okay, one is based on magnitude, one is based on phase. Okay, can be drawn even using ruler. Okay, this board plot, sometimes the graph they will provide. So you need to use the graph to draw it actually. Okay, so it is something like this. Okay, the x-axis, sorry, y-axis is magnitude, okay, or the phase angle. The x-axis always based on frequency, also called omega. Okay, this is x-axis, your omega, here also omega, or the frequency on x-axis. So the graph, what you can see, the curve will be get based on the data. Okay, one is magnitude plot, one is phase plot. It is a logarithmic plot. I hope you might study about logarithmic multiplication. They say log AB is nothing but log A plus log B. Okay, so it is logarithmic plot. So even the amplitude ratio they will call as 20 log of amplitude ratio. So everything is go by logarithmic scale. Okay, so here first exercise. Okay, let me put it. Yeah. That is your transfer function 1 divided by d plus 1. Okay, and k values are 1, and your time constant is 1. Okay, then
所以我这个也是 special
let me
edition
better show that one.
哦，是怎么样子啊？可是黄
Okay,
色
so usual amplitude ratio formula k divided by square root of 1 plus omega square and t square, right? So that is your normal formula. If you take log of it,
别人来
okay, logarithmic scale of it. So that's what the formula is say like 20 logarithmic of amplitude ratio. Okay,
没有，
so
它那个
20
是有 cushion 的，
logarithmic of
这
this
些
entire
爷爷全部是
equation.
cushion 的。
Okay, let me explain. First, numerator 20 log of
很好说这样
10k. Okay, that's what the first
这么
journal is
不
coming.
用讲，
Right. So any question on this? Because this one need to understand because we are going to do manual also for this. It's not like things. So this part is the first. Okay, which is based on 20 log and the denominator.
很多是
So
拿
20
step
log k. In logarithmic scale, when you say division means minus. Okay, multiplication means plus. Okay, so here is denominator is there, so that's why this is trying to say it is division. Then again 20 log, maybe I better write down 20 log of 10.
然后 original 的，包
Then
进
the
去，
entire thing will be there,
明白？original 我们看，
and that is 1 over 2.
啊，这个有
Right.
翻译出
But if
是
you talk about logarithmic scale,
还会
the
细写，
power will be come down. Okay, so it's something like 20
可是好做，
into 1 by 2 log the entire thing. Okay, so by means this 1 plus omega square t square is there actually. Okay, logarithmic, and 20 1 by 2, of course when you cancel you get 10. Okay, so question, because I try to do it everything over here instead of writing on the board. So are we good? Because minus, you know why minus is coming. Some cases the transfer function don't have the denominator, it can be a numerator. So what you need to do is plus over there. Okay, the upcoming example is coming over there. For this case, numerator and denominator, obviously you need to have minus, and you have a 20 logarithmic. Then most common when you say, when you look on it, 20 log k, then minus 10. Obviously you know it is going to be cancelled, is 10 logarithmic of that. Okay, so that is the amplitude ratio. Now if you look on
Mix.
here, yes, 20 log minus 10 this. Then when you substitute the value of
不是不是不是
k and t onto this equation. K is 1, and t is 1. Okay, logarithmic of 1 is 0. Okay, you can use your calculator to calculate. Okay, you can try now. Basically, log of 1 is 0. This entire thing is going to be 0. 20 times 0 is 0. Okay, and here 1 means 1 plus omega square, so that is the portion remainder. Okay, that is your amplitude ratio formula.
Is it?
Then phase angle, again same thing, you are substituting the
Bao sen.
time constant number.
Rồi
So
nó mày
obviously
rồi nó
the
xong á.
tan inverse of
Là
omega.
cái chứ mà cái này
When you do it, obviously you can get the graph. Probably you can
xong rồi cái chân nó cứ mà.
go to the MATLAB.
这个是咪叫你
So-called
你的
class
哪里这些标志
OC. Of course, this one only 5 examples, not much. So it still be the same thing because you are quite familiar now. So let me see.
真不错。
I don't know whether I can run because it's a text part. Okay. So what you do, you just copy and try to create a new file. Okay. Your text file cannot run, so better not to run. So you create this new one, then maybe you need to save it. One.
Một gian company.
Okay, so basically you have a numerator and denominator. The transfer function. Numerator is 1, denominator 1 plus 1, so it's basically you give a gap.
Vô nó mày.
Then you call the transfer function. Okay, once you get the transfer function, then you get the transfer function. Then it's very simple. Just one command only, BOD. BOD system. Obviously it will make the plot direct. Okay, so let it run. Oh, I need to save us. Cannot use just numeric.
Không错啊，没啊。你买พวกเนี้ยปักเอาให้มันเป็นรูปแล้วเนี่ยหรือจะการสดจีมาก
Did I get it?
จีแหละเดี๋ยวไม่ผมไม่เชื่อในรุ่นไทยปันเจออะไรเงี้ย
Let me
โอ้ยจี
thực ra follow nhiều của họ nghe cái gì đó follow mà
đến
mau
đến đây kìa你他妈还好摩托哦等下我屌那个嘛因为真的我的这个摩托呢我进 custom 那个 custom 的那个人来问我哇你摩托漂亮你讲一个你的那个什么那个你的什么复习生吧
Okay, so now I'm ready to go for exercise. So let me, I will take it from here.
你就讲你这是 OK 啊
I'll get a new script. Save. Test.
出钱咯买也就是贵贵啦一粒都给他很厉害2粒啊也止痛啊
Hey. Yes. That's the graph you will get it. By having 3 lines, of course 3 lines is talking about transfer function. Only one line makes the plot. Okay. So that's where you can see magnitude plot as well as phase degree plot. Okay. So that's on y-axis. X-axis is more towards frequency.
这个好像是 arrow 还指
No, that one is a text part. So that's why I say
Second is arrow
copy
one,
the code and try
Arrow 声音也是
to
不错
create a new file, new
便宜一
script
点
file.
哦
Then you can paste it.
base 啊Accra 还是便宜
Then maybe I will copy.
Corporate
I just open, copy the file.
有些
Then
比不上游戏啊游戏贵啊
so close here. I think better.
重点是游戏啊森林游戏便宜啊
Yeah.
Doesn't your
So that
certificate
is
mah?
the second curve. Maybe I just explain because I believe running the command is not a big deal. Over here, just explaining the question. So based on this, over here, 10t plus 1. Over here on the transfer function, 20 logarithm. You need to write this when you say bar plot. Okay, logarithmic scale. So 20 logarithmic k and plus 10. Okay, basically this is from over here 10. 1 plus omega square. Okay, so that's where if you convert this into a transfer function, it doesn't have a division right, so that's why this symbol is plus.
Original.
Okay, otherwise it's going to be minus.
Also he said,
But the K from where?
Which one? The formula?
The,
Three
oh, the K.
1,000
Formula.
Oh.
Formula.
Yeah.
Formula, okay.
Okay, basically the amplitude ratio you can
Oh.
go every component, then we do it actually.
Mu lama Yoshi ah.
So again the same thing. Usually it's minus phase angle. For this case it becomes plus because in the multiplication. Likewise now third question, that example like this, what you can say 20 logarithmic k. Okay, then the below is division, I have minus. Then 10 logarithmic, because you know the square root is coming, so it's 10 logarithmic, then 1 plus omega square. So later you can substitute k value and t value, then you get AR and things. The fourth one, something similar. We have like 20 logarithmic k minus 10 and the below one, and this side. Second order, one last example, last question on today. So what we can say, k value t1, t2, yes, based on your question. We need to look on the formula, 20 logarithmic k, the numerator, minus 10, this is the second order formula. Okay, so t1, t2, so it will be like this. So you need to follow this formula, you can refer the formula sheet as well. So write it, then substitute t1, t2 on k value to get amplitude. Okay, but for using MATLAB is very simple because it's transfer function, you just call as board, then it automatically plot. Okay. Yeah, so that's all on today. I think we covered everything. So what we can highlight, okay, that is, okay, maybe one last question then. This is the quiz. So refer this slide. It's already inside the Google Drive. Okay? Page 9 quiz. The most common question has to, I mean, this is a typical question from your quiz. Okay? What you can say, phase angle.
Shut up lah, bitch.
Then write, calculate it and write the value. Okay?
Don't make me kill
And
you.
yeah, again one more question, phase shift. Then amplitude. Amplitude is just B only.
Oh, two question ni.
Amplitude ratio is B divided by H. Okay, that's the difference on, you see AR or amplitude. There's two things. Okay, amplitude just B, amplitude ratio B divided by H. That's called amplitude ratio. So I did a sample calculation over here on the last slide. Okay, just giving an example, something like this. The equation is given. Okay, so and the relevant A value, A, B, C, D value is given. Okay, ask you to calculate what is the amplitude ratio. Okay, so now I did something similar on the last slide. Maybe I zoom. So just practice before you even activate your week 9 quiz. Okay, so like this is the transfer function and all the values is provided. So you just substitute all the values, then you multiply, then you try to simplify because this is supposed to be 1. So numerator and denominator you divide by the number, then you will get it something like this. Once you get this one, of course from here you know top one is k value and this is t1, this is t2. So you get the number of values over here after substitute. when you say amplitude ratio B divided by H, okay, amplitude is nothing but B, the H will go this side to multiply, okay. That's the difference between amplitude ratio and amplitude. That's the formula for it. You substitute all the K value, T1, T2, everything. Once you substitute, then the question given sine wave, okay. Let's say this is sine and this is H value, omega is this value. Okay, from there only I can understand what is H value, what is omega value. Okay, let me go back to
So will they give cos?
previous questions. You see, like there's a 4 sine 2t. 4 is nothing but H value, 2 is nothing but omega value. Okay, part of the answer, I mean part of the values will be here and part you need to look on here. Okay, now I can go back. From the question is given.
So they can give cos or not cos?
Okay,
Cos.
no,
Sine.
only sine because we have a sine curve. There is no cos on waveform because sine is much more stable. To be honest, all is sine waveform. Okay, so of course mathematics when you do sine, cos, tan, now no more. When you come over like curves and data.
Only sine.
Okay, so now come back. Okay, that's your formula based on this second order system amplitude ratio formula. Then you substitute all the K value, T1 value, H and omega value. Substitute everything, you will get a numerical number. Okay, that number you need to type on the things. So the formula you can refer the slide or you can refer the formula sheet. Okay. Mostly you end up like this formula because all is like second order system. There's no first order system. Maybe just to recall, you can open this one, 4P, that is the formula, second order system. Okay, amplitude ratio and a sine. If you got like first order, yes, you can use this too. But what I remember is all like second order. Okay. So even it's not higher order, it's just second order. So go back. Yeah, that's what the formula. You can see this one over here. Substitute K, T time constant, H omega. You will end up like numerical number.
So only 2 questions.
Only 2 questions.
So this is the number only.
Yeah, just number only. You can refer here something like this. You need to type the number and then you can submit. Then you will know the marks on it. I think maybe 2
So now we
questions.
haven't seen the big one.
Week 7.
Week 7.
Can release.
Yeah, maybe need to release because sometimes the setting was not there. End up like 10 levels. This is week 9 quiz.
Week
I
seven.
think it's already opened up. I think. Yeah.
Available from 21.
Yeah, it's already
Oh,
open.
yeah.
So basically until Sunday. Let me edit week 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fish. Eric, you want the things to release? You can see. Releasing.
I think everyone is
Releasing.
attended.
Finally.
Everyone got good marks.
Wow.
I